It's gonna work.
We're launching the Philly Escape podcast. It's episode 28, so we're back again. We brought Harsha with us. You can't see him on screen because he's on the road to Cape May. We got Jackson coming live from his bedroom. Same with Brits and me in the office. So we're here with you guys this week for yet another Philly Escape podcast. And so I start with this question, boys, because we don't have a lot of topics. If any, I think we'll find them along the way, just like Michael Scott finding his sentences. But
yeah, who's man?
Would you? You're really going to cut me off on my opening? Would you rather have 2017 Carson? All right, I'll take that a couple steps back. On this roster specifically for the Eagles, would you rather have 2017 Carson before
please don't
his
say
injury,
Jalen Hurts
or Jalen Hurts?
I mean, it's so obvious.
As he is. I knew you would go there. I knew you'd go there. Think about it. Before you answer, before you respond, I want you to think about this. Considering if Carson still goes on that downturn, so I already see where Brits is going with these. His eyes are like,
well.
But wait.
Okay, my bad.
Or Jalen with the potential that he has in the future, and what we've been talking about for the last several weeks. So let's start with Brits. Let's unravel what all the emotions you got bottled up right now.
I have a question for your question.
Okay.
When you say 2017 Carson Wentz, are you talking about like the form he was in, or is he going to put up the numbers that he did?
Okay, that's a good question. I didn't expect a question back to the question.
Just because.
So I'm gonna go with the form, shape, everything that he was, right? So if you were to take that Carson before the injury and drop him onto this team today.
So you're telling me you want to take the MVP caliber player and give him Devontae Smith and AJ Brown? Yeah, I'll take Carson.
Okay. I think there would be people here who would disagree. But
say Harsha's getting a little lag.
Harsha, you got lag, so we might go to you in a minute, but it's okay. Jackson's really thinking hard on it. I think I still have to think about it.
I mean, tough question, I think, because knowing what we know about Carson, like he got hurt. A, B, I think like he had a lot of good throws that year, but like ultimately, he also made like a lot of boneheaded decisions. I don't know. I mean, if you're going for one season only and you're just expecting like Carson Wentz to be that player for like all of eternity, yeah, you go Carson Wentz.
Well,
but
no,
like
I'm not saying you're getting a guaranteed Carson putting up those same stats, but I'm saying like you just get him in that.
We're talking about one season, this roster.
So all right, so let me
plug and
pull
play.
it back.
Plug and play either.
Let me pull it back from what Brits is saying. So Brits is what you're really saying is like the reason to his downfall was the injury, or was it the team and roster around Carson after 2017?
It was definitely a little bit of both, but I'd say more so the injuries.
Okay.
Because I mean, if you think about it, dude, you just don't. I mean, how many times does it happen? I can't really think of any right now off the top of my head that a guy has been that good, that talented, almost probably pretty much the unanimous MVP, and then he just stinks.
It's gone. It's just done.
I've got a hot take though.
And it's not like it's a coincidence that he tore his ACL and then broke his back the next year. Like, I mean, the guy went through two like major injuries. Yeah, like back-to-back seasons.
Extra. Jackson's got a hot take.
Yeah, can you guys agree with me on this though? Like, I agree, Carson kind of killed it for the first half of the year, but like, we know about Carson. He's a fucking idiot.
He locked us into the one spot.
Carson Wentz fumbles like every other play. He's constantly throwing like dumb picks where he's trying to force the ball, or he's just like
do that in 2017.
Or like run out of bounds instead of throwing it out of bounds. What I'm saying is, I don't think we would have won the Super Bowl if Carson Wentz didn't get hurt.
Oh man, that's sad.
You know what I mean? I don't think he would have been able to consistently not make mistakes on the level.
I can't believe I'm hearing this from a Philly fan. I only hear this from other teams' fans.
I can't.
Nick Foles played perfect games over and over and over again, and honestly, Carson Wentz would have fumbled at some point or just ran out of bounds instead of like making a good throw. I don't think the throws that Nick Foles made were throws that Carson Wentz could have.
You have this idea of Carson now, and I think you just forget.
I've seen Carson for such a long time that now I know that I really don't
Yeah.
think he would have been capable to handle a Super Bowl run.
But we're
You're
getting away
looking-
from the question, though.
You're
We're getting away
looking
from the
at
question. The question is 2017 Carson.
you're
New
looking at
question now. Would we have
you're-
won if Carson
No,
Carson
no,
didn't get
no.
hurt?
I'm talking about
I don't
the
think
original
yes.
question.
To Britt's point, he's looking at it through post 2017 goggles right now. It's 27. Carson did not make those mistakes. You got to give him that credit. Of course, would we want it to play out any differently? No, because we ended up with the Super Bowl. But I have to go with Britt's here that he was
Dude,
still
33 touchdowns and like 7 picks.
they were riding high, man.
I'm not
You
buying
gotta
it
give-
though. You
gotta
guys
give-
can say anything you want. I'm not buying it. I think he's just such a
You're such a hater, dude.
stupid player. There's no chance he would have won.
You hate hard. Oh man, that is hard.
That's
talking about-
tough to hear from like I said, that's tough to hear from a Philly fan because I only hear people say that are not Philly fans. Oh, you guys wouldn't have won if with Carson.
Well,
You're
it's
lucky
because
those
they can
fools.
look at the situation objectively. I think he's just not that good of a quarterback.
Maybe
You
not.
have to be like good mentally to win a Super Bowl, and
So
there's no
here's
chance Carson could have done it.
here-
I don't
here's
think he
what
probably
I'll
wouldn't have even made it to like the second round.
The whole team
here's what-
loved him. He was a
here's
leader.
here's what I'll say
No,
is
they
that
didn't. No, they didn't.
what made him
You
great.
hated him.
What made him great in that season is that he was out of the pocket a lot, and I feel like he was very decisive when he could get out of the pocket and felt like he had more time to throw find an open look. So, but I think when those next years where Dougie P or whoever kind of gave him the directive not to break out of the pocket or run, I think because they were afraid of more injury, I think that's when he started to really lose it.
100%.
Because he could not. He was not a pocket passer.
Well, he was
So
he was a pocket passer, but when he didn't have the option to leave the
he
pocket,
could easily.
then he like I
break
think his
free.
brain went like crosswire and he was like, I don't know what to do. I need to make a crazy play from the pocket, and then he
I
just
think he
do
made
something
some
stupid.
fire throws. I think he did make some fire throws if you go and look at.
Dude, the
some
way
of the
if you look at 2017 highlights,
He made
it
some good
looks
throws.
it looks like Patrick Mahomes-ish. Like he was out of the pocket, like putting dimes, like throwing lobs, like he was doing everything that you saw like these super talented guys like Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes are doing. I mean, I think they're better than him overall, even probably 2017 Carson, but I mean it was very similar to what he was doing back then.
So let's just go with a quick answer then. Harsher, can we check in with you? Are you still alive? You still there?
I gotta scram, guys. I arrived. So, but
All right.
let's table this. I like my hot take is this. I think Jalen. I would take what Jalen is right now versus what Carson was in 2017, and we can talk about that on the next pod.
Okay.
All right,
It's a good cliffhanger.
I
Jackson,
hate
what's
that,
your
but
answer?
okay.
Give us
I mean,
an
See you
answer.
guys.
agree with Harsha on that.
Okay. Oh man. Quick
Well,
answer.
what
it's
do you
gotta-
think,
it-
Kabudi?
a
Yeah.
quick answer. It's got to be Carson, because we knew what he was at the time. I don't know. Like something happened. Something happened where he really just
Didn't
started to freak
we
out.
say that last pod that quarterbacks who like throwing heavy quarterbacks are the ones that win Super Bowls?
like making sure that you have a top 10 guy. Is
Yeah,
that what you're saying?
talking about like an elite level quarterback that can make all the passes. That's the guys who win Super Bowls, right?
Yeah.
Jalen is not proven to be that yet. Carson was that in 2017.
And that's why I would have to say that. I think right now. That's so tough.
And Carson ran.
My whole
A
thing is
lot.
that my whole thing is that like
I actually thought I would go the other way when I posed this question, but
I swayed you.
my whole thing
I
my whole
also
thing
watched
is
the
that like
Carson highlight video today, and that's what
you're you're saying Carson was a top quarterback that year, but I think what makes
Absolutely.
a top quarterback is like the mental ability to like if another team is scheming for you to like face down that adversity and come out on the other side like victorious. And I feel like throughout Carson's career, he's shown that he can't do that. And I feel like that year, Case Keenum was like the number 3 or number 4 quarterback. Like if you're saying Carson Wentz was the number 1 quarterback that year, like Case Keenum was like the number 3, 4 quarterback that year.
That's not true.
And
Though.
at this
Okay,
point,
but Tom Brady was the number 2. He's got the MVP after Carson got down. So you're saying Carson was playing better than Tom Brady, and you can't use that argument.
You can't say the level of competition was Case Keenum, and so it wasn't a good
I'm just saying
like
people
grading.
thought Case Keenum was really good that year, but it was a flash in the pan because mentally he just didn't have it. I'm saying it's very easily that Carson was in the same situation. Now, after that, people started like game planning for him more effectively, and he just wasn't able to deal with it.
I get what you're saying, but nobody was saying
that was
Case
really the
Keenum
only
was an MVP candidate.
That's true. That is true.
Case
You know?
Keenum was like a top 5 QB that year. I feel like.
He may have been, but he wasn't in contention. It
In a
was.
league, where
It,
Tom Brady, Russell Wilson, all the guys we're talking about are still in the league, I don't know. Like
it was in
Vikings were like
contention.
amazing that year.
I mean, they
they
were.
were. No, they were really good. I mean, I'm
they
not
were
saying Case Keenum was a
great
bad
team.
quarterback that year, but
as far as like in contention for the MVP race, it was Russell Wilson, Tom Brady, and Carson Wentz until he went down. I mean, you still have other quarterbacks that put up stats, but I remember them not being in the talks. Like Jared
Okay,
Goff,
well, I
like
said
he probably
top
put
4.
up numbers.
Maybe it was like top 6. It's like not that big
Okay.
of a difference.
no, well, I'm not talking about top I'm not talking about stats per se.
But
Like
you say the mental thing, and I say that Carson still had like his confidence in that year, and I
yeah,
think
he was a
that
different
broke.
player that year.
I think that broke more than his legs, honestly, the following years. So I think that's why I don't know. I think
I
I'd go
just feel like
Carson.
if your confidence can be broken like that, you probably can't win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, but that happens all the time with injuries. Guys get injured. Look at all the running backs it happens to.
Yeah, they're not Super Bowl winners.
Which is a good transition. So we talk about the different positions and who would you
Me and Jackson never gonna
pay?
see eye to eye on this situation. But go ahead.
You're
Sorry.
not. That's why I bring it up. Because it makes for good
It's
conversation.
never gonna happen.
So we talk about different positions and you can relate it directly to the Eagles. What would you pay in this league to keep around, talent versus we don't really need to pay that. We can just get that in the draft every year. Quick example, quick and dirty. It's nice and easy. We all know it. Running backs in today's league. If a guy gets broken or he's expected to get paid, you can go to the next guy pretty easily, second, third round. But
With exceptions. But
with exceptions, of
yeah.
course, there's always exceptions. If you have a Derrick Henry, that's your whole team. He'll carry the entire team. But when we start thinking about receiver, where do you fall on this type of thing, Jackson? Where are they a difference maker enough where you have to pay them? And look at a guy like we were talking about this earlier before you got on, but Devontae Adams versus like a Deontay Johnson. Like that when you're talking about those kind of scales, like still Deontay Johnson's still serviceable, right? Could still kind of be a number one guy, based off stats, and he's pretty good. But like, do you just go to the draft if he wants big money, like a Devontae Adams contract? So it's receiver
I don't know.
position.
I don't know if there's a good example for me because I feel like Deontay Johnson's my boy. I like him. He's
Okay, so he's your boy.
I feel like
It's
those are both.
Deontay Johnson, dude.
Yeah,
Johnson, the Don,
he's my fantasy guy.
the Don.
But I don't know. I feel like both of those are probably wide receivers who are worthy of a contract to stay on the team.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah, I think receivers are definitely a position. I think that that's like valuable enough to warrant a contract. Yeah, I don't know. I think I mean, you see the difference with the Eagles. Or hopefully, we'll see the difference this year having
Yeah.
AJ Brown. I feel like we haven't had a wide receiver one for so long since. I mean, that one year, the Super Bowl year with Jeffrey, he was kind of like a wide receiver one. But I think
Played like
AJ
one.
Brown will probably be even more of that this year. And I think that's huge to have. I think it's worth the contract.
Yeah.
Fritz.
So going back to this kind of the original question, just about wide receivers being valuable enough. I think that's like kind of like I think if you go in a tier, it's obviously quarterback, and then I think you have to go either O line or wide receiver. Maybe defensive line can be in there too. Like obviously just line in general. But wide receivers right now are getting paid left and right, whether we like kind of exist like or agree on it or not. Like we were talking about it earlier too. Christian Kirk got an absolute bag, and he was a
12
third
mil a
guy
year.
for how long? He was been a third guy his whole rookie deal.
That always
And
happens.
yeah, it seems like it happens randomly.
Yeah.
And sometimes I think they work out, sometimes they don't. But I mean, if a Christian Kirk is getting what I think it was like 12, 13 million or something like that, or maybe it's even more. It might be
Average.
even more.
Yeah, per year.
Then I think you're going to see a lot more receivers getting paid. Like definitely Deontay Johnson is going to get a bit bag if Christian Kirk got one. And I think
Yeah.
it is a top tier worthy position of getting contracts because we've seen, and I'm not saying that everybody's getting paid is Devontae Adams, but like actually I don't know if Devontae Adams is a good situation to talk about just because he has Aaron Rodgers and Aaron Rodgers can make anybody look good.
Well,
And obviously Devontae Adams is incredible, but like I'm
I
like
feel like it's opposite situations. Like Devontae Adams had Rodgers to make him look really good, and then Deontay Johnson has Roethlisberger, who kind of sucks now,
Yeah.
but still looked really good. So it's like,
Yeah.
It's a tough call. I'm with you guys though. I
Because
think it's just
quarterback make the receiver, receiver make the quarterback. Like I think it's different on a lot of teams.
I
know?
think you can think you can decipher it though. I mean, look at the Super Bowl teams: Cooper Cup and Jamar Chase. I mean,
Oh yeah, I mean,
it's not. It's pretty clear it's not just quarterback there. So like,
yeah,
very difference maker. Look at the top tier teams, and I don't think you'll find teams that where it was kind of like us last year. Like it was just Devontae Smith, and like you got nothing else. Like it's
yeah.
you have no depth whatsoever. I think it's actually a big difference maker as opposed to running backs just cycle through.
I mean, straight the Bengals added like a lot of pieces last year, but like it seemed like adding Jamar Chase
I mean,
like took them from like not even a playoff contender to like making the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Basically.
that's. I mean, they obviously had a little bit of other pieces out of them, but I
well,
mean, Jamar Chase was
yeah,
their #1 add over the offseason that year, and
that
he
that was the
literally
question.
was a top 3 guy, arguably. Like,
And that was the question, right? It's like, do you get Joe Burrow a lineman because you need to protect the guy, or do you
yeah,
get
they
him
were
his boy
talking about that a
Jamar
lot.
Chase?
They were talking about
And
Penei Sewell, right?
Chase, yeah, I mean Chase panned out to be the good choice,
Yeah.
clearly.
Yeah,
So
like I bet there's not a single Bengals fan who's like upset that they got
I think they were at the
Jamar Chase,
time, though.
or B, who wouldn't give him a huge contract.
Oh, absolutely. But
oh
it's
yeah,
funny though
yeah,
because I think they were upset at the time, or not all of them, but there was a split a little bit. I think of people saying like, "Damn, we should have got no line,"
yeah,
you
hey,
know?
yeah. I mean hindsight 2020 there for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. But then you're talking about guys Cooper Cup, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson that are like top tier. Like they're the top of the top. Devontae Adams,
It's
like
crazy, like Jamar
they're
Chase and
big.
Justin
They're big.
Jefferson, like how
They're some of the
impactful they came
craziest
out of like their
rookie
first
seasons.
years. It's crazy.
Rookies don't make a difference in this league, and for them to like have like record breaking
Especially wide
numbers,
receiving rookies. Like they
they
don't
I
they
mean
always have like a couple year stretch, or not a couple years, like 1 or 2 years, and like you're like, these guys got to learn how to play against the big boys. Like,
700, 800
yeah.
yards, and yeah, just getting warmed up, and
Like
then but I
Devontae,
mean,
even
but like
Devontae had a great year for a rookie wide receiver.
yeah,
And then
that's a
and
year that
Jamar
you
Chase
look
and
at.
Justin Jefferson blew him out of the water. Like,
Right, like probably like doubled his
yeah,
yardage. Like yeah, it's but that's the crazy thing. Like you look at 900 yards in Devontae Smith, and you're like, okay, he's going to become something. Like
yeah,
that's how you know. Like if you can get that out of a rookie season, that's pretty damn good.
yep.
But then Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, those are guys that are putting up numbers that they're like record numbers for receivers who've been in the league for like 5+ years. So it's
Yeah.
okay. I think we can all agree on that.
I have a question regarding this whole situation, or it's
Yeah,
something that I feel like kind of relates to it. So I was listening to WIP today, and Elliot Shore
okay.
Parks was talking about
ESP. Okay.
yeah, he was talking about the like the target breakdown throughout practice so far. I think he said AJ Brown has, I think, like 22 targets. Dallas Goedert has 23 targets, and Devontae Smith has like 11.
Okay.
There's
I
been a
wanted to know how you guys or what you guys kind of sort of thought about that breakdown.
And that's across all of camp, or like okay,
Yeah.
all of camp so far. Okay, so clear majority to the top two there, Goddard and
It
AJ Brown.
doesn't sound like the 1A sort of situation that they were talking about.
It doesn't.
well.
And then Quez was close with like 7 or 8, so it's like he's more like
Clear
that.
split. Clear
Yeah.
split.
I
Yeah.
I've been hearing a
I know
lot
you guys
about
love Devontae.
Devontae having struggles in camp this year, which is very surprising, and also could be the reason why he's not getting targeted as much. But then again, I don't know if that's true either, because wouldn't you want to give him more reps if he's struggling? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough. It's tough too because it's like, are they practicing a specific play, and is Brown like more that guy that fits that scheme? I don't
Is
that
Jalen just like, I want to throw to my best friend? Like, what's going on?
that's another big thing too that I immediately jumped to is like they work together in the off season, like they're like literally best friends. Like after a game, they're the first guys to talk to each other. Like, so that's tough.
Didn't
I
him
would
and
think it's
Devontae
more of
play
that
together too?
chemistry. They did in Bama, but like
Yeah,
AJ Brown and I think they're literally best friends. I think like
Yeah.
Hertz has been
yeah. I know
campaigning.
that. Yeah, I know that.
Hertz campaigned to get Brown here, and that's really what brought him here. I think so. That's tough. I mean, that's how it might play out, though. I mean, it might in the
I
season. I could easily see it playing out as like your top tight end, your one receiver. Like
I could definitely
He
see that.
also
I
he
can
also
go ahead.
no, you go, Brit.
No, I was just gonna say I could definitely see AJ Brown getting the majority of the targets on the team, and it might not be that
my
close.
my concern is like AJ Brown's going to be taking the top corner, right? So
Yeah.
Jalen needs to get comfortable at looking at Smith, who should be open on that second you know corner that's in
Yeah,
there.
'cause
So
unlike in practice, he's not going to be facing like a Bradbury level corner. I think he's probably going to be burning it.
well Bradbury's good, but
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like
fair,
Bradbury's good.
fair.
Like he's probably usually going to be facing a corner who's not as good as Bradbury when he's like actually playing in games.
Yeah, that's fair. So I don't know if that changes up
Maybe Bradbury's locking him down.
in game.
Could be.
Yeah, it could be. That's another. We always talk about that. Like, is the defense just playing out of their minds, or is it just the offense sucking right now too?
Well, that's what because
I don't know.
he said the defense has won 4 out of the 6 practices so far.
Okay, could be a really good defense. I mean, we got a lot of
Added a
guys in here,
lot of guys to that defense, man.
but also I've heard Rieger has had the most touchdowns running with the
Yeah.
second team, But that's what I've heard out of all the.
I
with
mean,
probably, like,
I'd love a Rager breakout season. I would really love a Rager breakout season.
You love
That'd be
Rager.
awesome.
You want to see
This-
Rager succeed so bad. I mean, so do I, but like, I'm not betting on it.
the whole thing with him is he was just clearly never meant to be a one, and it's like we wouldn't be so down on the guy. I think if you just drafted him at the 3 or 4 spot, because if you're a third or fourth rounder, you just hope they become something, and it's not really a big deal if they don't. But that was kind of just how he's fault 100% when you draft him as a
Well,
one, and then we
I
just
don't think he was going to be there in the 3rd or the 4th though.
You
No.
think you think not? Maybe
Nah.
third at least.
Nah, he would have been gone by the 2nd.
Yeah, he would have been going by a second. He wasn't like as bad as he
So
was.
you
He was
guys,
good. He was on a low. He was on a small school, but he was looked at by a lot of guys, like a lot of teams.
Yeah.
So you guys truly believe like he was meant to be second round talent coming out of the draft?
Probably
Yeah, I
second
think coming
round.
out of the draft, he probably would have gone there. I think talent-wise, the NFL, yeah, like 3rd or 4th makes more sense. But like,
reached-
we
he
still
would have been
reached hard
available.
for him.
So you still kind of think that he's more of a disappointment than? Would you say he's more of a disappointment himself than Howie Roseman disappointing pick? That's a stupid question. Obviously.
Yeah. Like talent-wise, like the pick, like I feel like he probably should have gone like early 2nd round or whatever. But I think that was more him disappointing than
Yeah,
how he
no,
reached it on the pick.
this is more on Rager than
Really?
Howie. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
definitely, definitely.
so. I mean, it's a terrible pick just because of who went after him. That's why it's
Yeah,
a
I
terrible
feel
pick.
That's
it
why.
was like a situation where I feel like there were like 3 people that you could have chosen, and he like chose like the 3rd best instead of the like first best. But
Well,
like it wasn't like he was picking like the 30th best or something.
That's true, because we would have to look at like Denzel Mims. Who are some of those other second round guys that came out? Terry McLaurin. So
Yeah, like
maybe.
McLaurin was the one that if he was a great
So
talent evaluator, he would
didn't
have
Harry
seen
Ruggs
that.
go above him?
He was above him. He went early, so that was bust in that respect.
Yeah.
And then also what's his name?
Glad he's not Ruggs.
Oh yeah, and then on the Cowboys too.
CeeDee Lamb.
CeeDee Lamb, yeah. So, but he
Oh,
panned
yeah.
out for them. So that was a pretty good.
I
it was-
remember that draft
it
so
was
well.
decent. It was decent.
I remember tweeting after we picked Rager. I think I tweeted exactly something along the lines of, I'm okay with this," or something like that. And then I think someone tweeted me and was like, you didn't get Jay Jetta?" And I was like, "Fuck, I forgot he was there." I was like, oh, immediately after I tweeted that, I was like, I forgot he was there, the LSU guy.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That was a
But
sad day.
does the team look the way it does today if Howie doesn't learn from that day?
We still probably have Devontae.
I don't know. He made a big change after that year. All Alabama, just all top tier schools.
Oh, you're saying if we
SEC.
are you saying if we did pick Justin Jefferson?
Well, not even Justin Jefferson, but say we had a pick that actually worked out a lot better than
Okay.
Rager so far. Does Howie course correct enough to do what he does. What he's done in the past couple drafts because he's learned his lesson.
I don't know. I
it's
I
tough
don't
to
want to
say.
say that that's like the reason why Howie's like
I think he reads into the
changed, or
noise.
if he's even changed that much.
I think he reads into the noise
I
a
think the
lot.
evidence is very overwhelming that is what happened. But who
Is it? You
knows?
think?
I mean,
I
because
I
dude,
think
think
I
about it.
think so.
We blow it with Jalen Rager, and then the next year, or no, we blew it with DK getting Arthur-Whiteside,
J.
and
John, yeah.
then we blew it with Jalen Rager not getting Justin Jefferson back-to-back years, and then we're like, what the fuck, Howie? You're not drafting any of these guys from like big schools. You're not fucking getting the guys that everybody's saying to get, and they're all ending up to be superstars in this league. And he's like, all right, I'm just gonna draft Alabama players.
I,
Got a good chance, got a good
Yeah,
probability that it'll work out.
yeah,
let's be honest though, you guys. I feel like Howie Roseman, I think before he picked Rager, had shown he was a good GM and he could make a Super Bowl team. And like
Well,
now, I
I
think
yeah.
he's made another good team that like potentially be a Super Bowl contender. I think Howie
but he made that
Roseman
team through
is just
free
like,
agency, not the draft.
that's true, that's true, and he has gotten better at the draft. I
Well,
just think Howie
okay.
is just every once in a while he's just going to make a boneheaded mistake, and I don't think that's ever going to change. I think we've got a few more in the future for us. I think we just got to stick with him though, because like eventually he
No,
rights the ship.
that's exactly my point. And before I talk a little bit more on that, Brits, you say that it's through free agency, but he did pull a lot of strings to get Carson. You can
Yeah,
kind of make that argument there for that team in 2017. But Howie's a great GM because he makes changes and he's constantly getting better. Like he's gonna make bad calls, bad mistakes, like any
I
other
mean,
person does.
GMs are
But
just
what
never gonna be
makes him
100%.
great? Yeah, but what makes him so great is he recovers so quickly,
He
so that
does.
we're not the Browns, we're not the Jets, we're not any of those other teams that
You're absolutely right.
constantly, are have losing seasons.
Howie
So
rebuilds in like 10 minutes. It doesn't make any
Yeah,
sense.
yeah,
in the Super Bowl or football terms, he rebuilds unbelievably fast. Like it's crazy.
because
I mean, we've
that's
been
and
so
yeah.
good the entire time that he's been our GM. Like besides maybe what a couple seasons.
Yeah, I mean, we had our down our if you look at like the past 5 years, right? Our down seasons were probably those couple seasons like 2018, 2019 with Carson, and we still made the
No, I mean,
playoffs.
well, I mean,
Like,
2018 we were really good still, and then 2019 was the
yeah,
only,
right. All right. So yeah, like more like
or
1920. Like,
no,
yeah.
was it 19 or 20 that we were
It was
terrible?
19 and 20 we were terrible.
20 we were terrible. Yeah.
So, I mean, but I think they even admitted like, okay, next year rebuilding season. But I think they're taking the right approach because in the NFL, you don't have to tear everything apart, tank, and just to get the number one draft pick to like rebuild and like do it over the course of 5 years or anything like that. You can do it within 2 years, but you have to make moves.
Yeah.
And how he does that quickly.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I feel like. He's almost like a NASCAR racer. You know what I mean? Because he always keeps like the lines stocked with talent. The lines are always good. He's always drafting and like supporting the lines and getting the pieces that he needs to, which I feel like are almost like the frame of the team.
Yeah.
And then it's like they pull in the pit stop. He just kind of pulls off the tire, puts a new one on, and then they just jet off again. You know, it's
I mean, I like that.
Yeah, no, that's a good analogy. Um, all right, I'd say we're trying to keep it a short pod tonight because we got things to do. I gotta kick these two guys' asses in bowling tonight. I'm
I don't know if
gonna
that's
limit.
gonna happen.
hey, we've been going bowling after the podcast.
Yeah, I'm gonna limit it to one drink because I think that's what did me in last time. Boys, before we go, we got this request from Erica T from Blackwood, New Jersey.
Oh, Erica T.
And I don't know her. She just sent a letter in, fan mail.
Sounds like a loyal fan.
And very for 6 years she's been loyal. But she says, Philly Escape Pod, boys, I really want to know what are your thoughts on the cutest NFL jerseys.
Oh my god.
So if you guys had to say what the cutest jerseys were,
Cutest jersey.
Can we just replace cutest with best jerseys? Because I don't know if
you,
any of the
you
jerseys are
feel
cute.
are you embarrassed by saying they're cute, Brits?
Well, I
I
mean,
had heard this might be coming, and I've thought about this, and I've got some answers for the cutest
Yeah.
jerseys, so I'm going with cute.
wait,
Not,
actually
best.
I do have an answer for cutest jerseys, and it's
Okay.
definitely the the Chargers powder blue.
That's definitely a cute jersey.
The Chargers powder blue. That's probably the cutest jersey.
Let's be honest.
Erica T loves that one. Not that I would know, but
The Dolphins, they have a dolphin on the there's a dolphin on the
Oh,
jersey. It's a cute jersey.
Dolphins are cute.
And they're blue.
Yep. If you're talking cute, that's pretty cute.
What about the Seahawks neon green?
That's
No,
intense.
No,
no,
That's like
intense? Okay.
athletic wear.
it's like hit you in the face.
Okay.
That's yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're sick jerseys though.
Yeah,
They're sick. They're sick for sure.
They're not cute, just sick.
yeah.
I think the Chiefs red jerseys are pretty cute.
I think
I don't know
I think
about them.
I think you're just because you're thinking of Patrick Mahomes and he runs around pretty cute.
They got the fire red though. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, no.
It's a cute color. It's a
I
cute
think-
color, I think.
I think you win,
It's
Jackson.
bright.
I think the dolphin logo purely wins the cute factor.
Yeah.
I gotta
Yeah,
give you
for
that.
sure.
Gotta give you that. As far as coolest, birds are up there. Panthers have some great colors mixed
Panthers, yeah.
in. And Vikings have a good purple. I think they can do up. I think they have a nice purple. They can do better with it though.
Tennessee's got the powder blue too.
Tennessee can be
Or
nice.
not maybe it's not powder blue. It's some
Wor-
kind of light
worst,
blue.
worst ones by far. Me and Jackson will talk about this.
Wait,
Texans.
Yeah.
Texans are boring.
Would you say Jags? They can get a little ugly. I think.
Nah, I like the
They're
Jags.
not.
I like the Jags.
I like
but
the
I like
Jags.
the black.
trying.
I
I
like the
like the
Jags.
black colors.
They have the
Yeah.
black. They have the
for
black
me-
and blue. Like it's kind of
Yeah,
feel
I
like-
like the black.
Jags are boring. I mean, not Jags.
Texans.
I feel like
Texans.
Jets are boring.
Jets. Yeah, we talked about the Jets.
Yeah, obviously the Tex. I agree. I totally agree. The Texans are boring.
100%.
Oh,
And then I don't like the Cardinals either. I don't know what it is about the Cardinals. I'm not a big
no,
fan
the
of
Cardinals got
Cardinals.
those sick black ones now, dude.
Nah.
Those are sick.
The black ones are cool. The black ones are
Yeah,
cool.
those are
They're
cool.
cool.
Oh, you
They're
know what's
cool.
you know what's another boring one?
They can modernize that red.
You know what's a really boring
Actually-
one? And nobody's probably thinking about this. Green Bay. Super boring jerseys.
Yeah.
But that's a boring that
It's
works.
classic.
Well,
You
yeah, it's
can't
classic,
make-
obviously, but
like-
I mean,
like-
in reality though,
That's in reality, yes, but that's a strong boring. That's
Yeah.
That's
I
I
like
actually
mean,
good.
it's like historically boring.
Yeah,
it's
it's like-
like yeah, it's like when you watch a movie that's so bad that it's funny. Like it's still great
Yeah.
because it's so bad. Like it's like that's their thing. You
yeah,
can't
no,
break
I
that.
no, but like
I get your point.
they got like a
but-
dark green with like a white and yellow stripe, and then that's it. Like,
and it's it. It's purely
Yeah, I feel like there's two differences. You know what I mean? Because like the Packers are historically boring. You know what I mean? They're like I feel like their historical jersey and it's kind of
Yeah.
boring because of that way.
Bears
but-
too.
Texans are historically boring because they're the most goddamn boring jerseys of all time.
Also,
so like
boring
a,
team.
so like a consistently boring, like boring in each era. Like they're trying to be cool, but like they're not. And
Yeah.
it's like Packers are like, we're just gonna do what we do. Like
the
you know,
Bears,
that's-
Bears have boring jerseys too.
Yeah,
They do.
But,
yeah,
they,
they
but they're the
do.
same as the
Jersey?
Packers
They do.
though. They're the same thing as the Packers. Like they're like a
Yeah.
so historical franchise that it's like you can't change it up.
Lions
Coolest
got that
jersey in the
powder-
league, though?
powder blue.
I hate to say it, is 49ers black and red jersey, just the all black with like those shiny red numbers. I think that's probably the coolest.
I can get down with.
I-
Yeah,
the 49ers have a
Chief-
black
you
jersey.
know what? You know what? Chiefs can do better.
I don't remember that.
but, like,
Saints have cool jerseys.
Saints do have
Saints
cool
have
jerseys. The gold.
annoyingly.
Like Saints, yeah, I
You
gotta
can't go
love the
wrong with
Ravens.
black and gold, dude.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's cheat code. Can't go wrong with that.
Boring Cowboys. They could do better.
Honestly, Cowboys have one of the worst jerseys in the league.
Yeah.
Although I do like the fact that instead of using gray for some reason they use mint green.
They use mint
Mint-
green.
Mint green.
Yeah, their pants are mint green instead of gray.
What do you
I
think
have
about the
never
Ravens?
noticed that.
You think they should do something different?
I like the Ravens jerseys just because
No,
purple and
Ravens are
black
great.
is sick.
Yeah, Ravens are
the
easily
black.
S tier.
Black is sick. I don't mind the Browns. I feel like I used to a long time ago. I
No,
don't mind.
yeah, I like the Browns actually a lot.
Yeah, don't
I
mind
like the Browns too. Just but I think have they gotten lighter jerseys recently?
They've done something recently where it's like not that noticeable, but I like it's not bad.
Their newer
Wait.
ones the last couple of years have been way cooler, way better
That's,
color.
and that's my point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk about how the Eagles are like nose diving down into boring territory with this new
Whoa.
nameplate,
Oh,
the new like
yeah.
E that's on all the
Yeah.
hats.
I
It's
don't like
so
it.
gross. It's so stupid.
I don't like
It
it.
literally
It's
is the
it's,
Jets if the Jets were fucking
Yeah.
like worse. It doesn't make any sense to me.
it's Jets like. It is very Jets like.
I
don't
can't wait
like
to see
it.
the Kelly
It's
Green though.
embarrassing. It's E for embarrassed. That's how I feel when I say it.
Oh, another boring. that is not like the Packers, more like the Texans. I feel like Giants.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Giants have shit jerseys. Yep.
Yeah,
Giants are just like
Mm.
Texans, and they're
Yeah,
so
that's
bad.
the same
they
thing.
they
They're
they
so
stuck
Dude,
bad.
I feel like when you look at the
stuck with
Giants and
that.
the Texans, like just like
Same-
any
same.
of their quarterbacks throwing the ball, like there's a picture, you're just like
They look
that
bad.
guy
They're
that
bad
guy stinks.
That guy's a
Like,
bad quarterback.
look at his
Yeah.
jersey. That
Forget-
guy stinks.
Like that guy's
forget
probably going to throw an
Bengals.
interception.
What's that?
Bengals are top tier.
But
Bengals
they're
got cool
doing.
jerseys.
They didn't used to. I was like, you got to change up. Now they're getting better.
Yeah, because
What do you
they
guys
have
think of
the claw marks now. That's cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
What do you guys think of those
Patriots.
49ers jerseys with like the clock numbers on them? I mean, not
don't think
49ers. Sorry, those Bucks jerseys.
Oh,
Bucks
yeah.
have gotten better. I like the Bucks.
You say clock numbers?
I think so. Yeah,
you mean
the
Roman
numbers are
numerals?
strange on them.
I know what you mean. The numbers
Aren't they
different.
Roman numerals?
Yeah, but like the way that they are, it's like what a digital. The numbers are like in the style of a
No,
digital
they're-
clock.
They're not no Roman numerals.
Oh,
That would be crazy.
I'm thinking of something different then.
I was- Oh, thank God though. The
No, I
Rams
didn't mean the
finally changed
actual
their
numbers.
jerseys.
I
The
think
Rams
Rams
have the
are-
worst jerseys of all
the
time.
Rams are very different now. They're
I
like
like the
jerseys
Rams
are
jerseys.
bad.
I like the
They're
Rams
like-
jerseys.
But like
But,
no,
like,
but those like blue and gold jerseys that they used to have. Like,
Oh, St. Louis Rams.
yeah, the St. Louis Rams
yeah, they
jerseys
were
were so bad.
they were not good. But every time I looked at them, I'm like, all I could think of was like Marshall Falk, and like
Yeah.
I'm like,
Well,
these guys are
I think
good.
I think it's Sammy Sleeves though. Like I feel like
Yeah.
I think of that jersey. I think of sleeved jerseys, like not.
Yeah,
That's Bradford era.
Yeah.
Steven Jackson,
Yeah,
this is a
Steven
good
Jack.
question. This got us going.
Let's really talk about this more than Patriots. Patriots stuck with their old, pretty much sticking with their like slightly tweaking.
Patriots
but
jerseys are
They're-
just mid. They're just mid.
For me, they're in that like historically boring category that
they
the
really.
Packers are
Well, I
in.
like that they have the silver. You
the
know,
Bears.
like they don't have just blue and white or like dark blue and white. It's like a silver.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
That's
yeah,
what keeps
I
them
know
in the
what you
mid tier for me.
mean. The
What are we
Bills
missing?
kind of suck. I think.
They could do
Bills
so much
are boring. No, they are
better. They could
boring
do
actually.
better. I love
They're
that
they're in the
team.
same
They
they're in
do
the
a
same
lot better.
category as the Bears. Dude, all the old
Yeah.
franchises have the same like
Yep.
jersey like scheme.
They have a cool new quarterback in town, and they could do something cool with it. And they're just like, nah.
If you think about it,
We're all
I
fucking
think
up,
they're all
though,
the
right now.
same. I think they're all the
How
same.
have we not mentioned the Raiders?
Bears have cool jerseys now though.
Raiders are so sick.
Yeah.
You
Well-
think? Are they? Well, the newer ones? Have I seen the newer ones?
I love the Raiders jersey. Just give me a black jersey and I'm in.
Yeah.
You clearly love like the black jerseys. I see. I feel like it's all black. It's like there's nothing fun thrown in there.
Hold on, now I'm thinking about it. The
You-
Bears,
you gotta have
Bills,
something mixed in.
Doesn't mean
The
badass. It's
Bears,
badass
Bills,
like that.
and the Packers
No.
all have like a one color and then two other colors striped on the sleeves. And that's
Oh, yeah.
that's all they have. That's all three of those teams.
Those stripes.
Pretty much. I don't think we missed.
And the Giants. And the Giants.
Oh, you got the Broncos. They're
Oh, the
Broncos are
Broncos
cool.
suck. Broncos
like-
suck.
You don't like the jerseys?
so,
They're not only are they boring, they're ugly. They're like,
I would
they're
say
almost,
I would say they're mid lower. Like they're definitely at least at
Well,
most.
are we
mid.
talking about the orange ones, the bright orange ones?
I don't like.
no,
the bright
I was talking about the
orange.
blue and orange ones. The
Oh
blue
yeah,
and orange
those ones
I think
sucked.
are,
Those ones
those are
sucked.
bottom of the barrel.
When
Orange ones are cool.
when like Peyton was on the team,
Yeah, yeah.
those ones sucked.
Straight
but
orange
the,
is cool.
but the
Straight
new
orange is
orange
cool.
ones are cool. That's what I'm thinking of.
I
Mm.
agree with you on that.
Yeah.
I like the white. I don't know.
I
White's
don't
nice,
think
right?
anybody looked better as a quarterback than when Russell Wilson was in the neon green Seahawks jersey, dude. That guy looked like he
Yeah.
was just gonna throw for 5,000 yards that game. There's that game.
They were cool.
Yeah. No, they were cool.
Colts-
When they-
Colts
Yeah.
are a little boring, but I like them. I like the blue
Same
and
thing.
white for
Same
them.
thing. Just a jersey or a
It's-
color
yeah.
and then two stripes.
2 lines.
it's a clean jersey. It's sleek. Yeah.
I do like their logo. It's just
Uh,
it's just classic.
It's
and
it's
just,
simple to.
You look at it and you
it's-
just think football.
Well, it was the GT Stallions. Stallions. It was the Colts. That was our logo at one point
Yeah, the Colt
uh,
thing or the horseshoe.
for one of the teams, and then we had the Broncos one, pretty much. But we were the Stallions. GT Stallions, baby. Screw those Lions.
I was Belmar Bear.
Jackson played for the Lions. I played for the Stallions.
Yeah, they play for the Lions. There's no weight limit on the Lions. which is why I
Thank,
chose them.
thank God there was a weight limit
That's
on
tough.
the Stallions. Well, I think we went through them all, boys. So I think we shut down shop there. You know what's cute. You know what's cool. You know what's historically boring. So
Yep.
on
And
this
that's the
All sorted.
facts. Those are all the
actually,
facts.
but
You can't
actually,
dispute those.
real quick, what was your number? What was your number? I was 39. I was like, is that Steven Jackson? I was a 39.
I don't remember what my football number was, but my hockey number was always 66.
66.
Yeah.
Okay, numbers
think-
mean something.
I think I was 67.
You want up with me?
just like bowling, you have to one up them just
Okay,
by
dude.
one.
Well, I
Just
was
by one.
66 for any hockey fans out there. Obviously, Mario Lemieux, one of the greatest of all time.
Oh,
So.
of course,
Yeah.
naturally.
67 for any football fans out there. Obviously,
All
me.
right. All right, these green colors run deep. And on episode 28, we've launched, we've landed, we've lost Harsha, and we'll be back sometime soon for 29. So we'll catch you guys soon, and we'll tell you who wins bowling tonight.
Yeah.
We out.
See you guys next time.
See you next time.